Good morning on this Wednesday of Holy Week. We could call this Holy Wednesday. And yes, it is set apart. Yes, it is a day that we recognize things that have gone on in the life of Jesus Christ. Yes, it is a day that makes a major impact in our lives. Yes, it is a day where the story is continuing to unfold. The greatest story ever told. The greatest love story ever preached. The greatest love story ever talked about. And in fact, even the greatest victory that comes through what happens later at the end of the week. But I tell you, I look at this day as well, and I've known this day oftentimes as Spy Wednesday. Now, what do we know about spies? Spies are people who do things in secret. Now, speaking of this day, we're speaking about one specific character. And that character's name was Judas Iscariot. Judas was one of the 12 disciples. Judas was one of the 12 men that was handpicked by God, Jesus Christ, to follow him. Judas was known as the treasurer of the group. Judas was the one who managed the money. Judas was also a zealot. Judas was one who believed that the Messiah was going to come as a military leader, as a person who was going to overthrow the Roman Empire and was going to restore the kingdom and the nation of Israel. A king who is coming in like that of David. A king who is going to be victorious and restore and put Israel back on the map. Israel is not only a slave country, but is a place that would have great notoriety and great fame. And he felt that it needed to be done, like all zealots, through that of force. However, that's not how Jesus Christ came in as the Messiah. Judas was looking for a lion. And Jesus came in recognizing that he was the Paschal Lamb. The Lamb of God who takes away the sin of the world. A lamb who is meek. A lamb who is gentle. A lamb who is loving. A lamb who is quiet. A lamb who listened to his master's voice, that of the Father. So what did Judas do? Judas did what he felt was necessary, and he went to the Pharisees. Those who were already looking and plotting for a way to quiet this Jesus Christ. And Judas went and asked them, how much money would you give me? And they counted out 30 pieces of silver. And Judas waited for an opportunity to betray his friend. Not only his friend, but his teacher, his rabbi. You may or may not be aware of the fact that I grew up as a wrestling fan. And my kids are wrestling fans. And one of my favorite wrestlers as a child was a bad guy. You could hear the music of the guy in the background, the sinister music like that. Picture those people with the bad Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Of that of like Dastardly or Muttley. A man by the name of Ted DiBiase. The $1 Million Man. And he asked this question all the time. What's your price? You see, everybody's got a price. Have you decided to follow Jesus? To what level are you willing to follow him? To what level are you willing to go? Jesus Christ has called us to take up our crosses daily and follow him. Are you ready? Are you willing? Is there something that you're not willing to do? Or is there something you're willing to receive in order to give up? What's your price? You see, Jesus Christ paid it all, and all to him we owe. My friends, as we examine that of Judas Iscariot, let us ask ourselves that same question. And let our life be not wavering in faith, but let us continue to stand firm and to stand strong and to stand up for Jesus. Let's allow ourselves to be seen not only in public but also in private, living for Him. Until next time, God bless.